Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to this week's Knit Night. Uh, as always, we're going to talk about the yarn you were voting for, which technique one, um, kind of what I'm going to work on. I've got a few things to show you that I've worked on this past week, and I did a little yarn shopping, and we can talk about the last knitting show that is in our area until next year. And what else? The sock knit along. The holiday sock knit along is in full swing. We will talk about that. So much fun seeing all of your socks. Oh, hey, ladies. I see some people coming in the chat. I hope you've had a great start to your Monday. Let's talk about the stash yarn that I found this morning. So, as always, how my Monday morning starts is I wake up and I'm like, okay, what do I want to knit this week? What is going to bring me joy? What project? And kind of thought, I'm like, okay, what have I not knit for a little while? Do I need more socks? Do I need another shawl? Do I want to start a large sweater? And I'm like, no, 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 no. And I'm like, a hat. And I'm like, yes, because I think last week I thought about a hat and I was like, nope, don't want to do a hat. But this morning was a different story. I'm like, I think I need to do a hat. This feels like a hat knitting week. So I went up um, and did a little looking through some stash yarn, and I found this. And I thought, well, let's see what we can do with these colors. So it all three balls, I think. Pretty sure this feels like Patons Decor as well. Is it? Yes, it is. So, Patons Decor, I not even sure if this is still, do they still make Patons Decor? It seems to me I was in Lens Mills and thought that they had maybe switched this up and that they have a newer brand of yarn, but it's the same. Basically, I thought, okay, maybe this is taking Decor's place. So it is a worsted weight. It's a number 4 weight, and it's an acrylic wool blend. I think it's an 80/20, if I'm guessing right. Nope, wrong. 75/25. 75 acrylic, 25% wool. So it is nice. I think this would be a good blend. Have a little bit of wool in there for anybody who is, you know, um, can't wear wool, finds it too scratchy. This might be a good option. I think it would be a good hat. I think it would be on like I always find if wool's itchy when I put a hat on, right across here is it where it bothers me, because obviously that's pretty much the only spot it's going to touch bare skin. But I think this will be fine for a hat. Definitely fine for me. I think it'll be fine for pretty much everybody else. Um, oh, Paula. Okay, okay. Well, remind me about that, Paula. I don't think you sent me your address. Anyways, hat knitting. So, striped or stranded was going to be the two options. Whether I just did something super super simple and just striped, single stripes, wide stripes, or if I did something, picked a pattern and did stranded. So, this is what you were all voting for. Stripes or stranded. And it was pretty much one way. The voting was pretty much one way all day long. There was lots of great comments about, do something fun, do something stranded. You guys all know I'd like to do stranded knitting. And I do. And but I'm also feeling something super simple, something quick and easy, a finish. And I do have to say, I was almost thinking, I've got 3 probably almost full balls here. This looks fairly close to a full ball. I'm like, I could get a couple of hats out of all of this. And so, anyways, What vote? There was roughly about the same 100 votes over all the places. There was some I got some private messages from private DMs in Instagram, so those were added in. Alice, I should get 3 hats. You're right, I should. Um, so we'll see how many I get done. What is there? So yeah, so there was the votes for stranded because stranded knitting is always really, really fun. And there are some people who said do both. Do stripes that are stranded, which of course I could totally do that. And then there was a lot of people who said just do something striped. Do skinny stripes, do wide stripes, do some color blocking, m- do a mix of different widths of stripes, all the things. So, um, in the end, 59% of the votes went one way or the other. And the winning pattern, I guess it's more of a pattern, isn't it? That okay, you guys, I ate popcorn before coming on here. I should not have done that. Now I have real it's stuck in my teeth. So sorry if I have popcorn stuck in my teeth. Um totally got distracted there. So the pattern choice that you guys all voted for me for this week's project is going to be striped. So I think most of you are feeling kind of the same way that I am. It's getting towards the end of the year. I need to get my whiteboard updated. I need to have, I was going to say some wins on the whiteboard. I guess you can call finishes wins, right? I need to get some finishes on there. And anyways, so that's what it's going to be. It's going to be striped. So I'm super excited. I think it'll be fun. I have no idea. Let's chat a little bit about what you guys think. Like, should I do mix and match the stripes? Or should I just do, like, I don't know, make them all the same? A 4 round stripe or 2 round stripe? I'm going to knit it in the round. And haven't really thought too much. Some reason I think I'm thinking more skinny stripes. I mean, even doing it in the round, we could do single round stripes, carry all 3 colors up. I could cut the yarn and weave the ends, and I'm not opposed to that because it's only a hat, so that doesn't mean it's not gonna be, like, a crazy, crazy amount of ends to weave in. So, we'll see. Oh, hi, Susie. Oh, okay, Susie says, "Mix and match." The stripes. Nancy says roll the dice. That's a good idea, right? Roll the dice, it comes up 5 rounds. Roll it again, the next color's 3. Roll it again. I actually kind of like that idea. Then there's like totally no guessing, no thought, like oh, like it's just nothing. You just roll and that's what you do. One another project I did that I tried to do completely random, I ended up spending so much time in, trying to make it random that it took a lot of thought to make it random when it should have just been just whatever. So the rolling the dice idea, I really, really like that. Really like that. Diane says alternate the size. Probably a good idea. But yeah, so we'll see. So, like Alice said, I could get 3 hats out of here. And so we'll see how they all turn out. I mean, the main color, we could do a main colored hat of each. Which one I would start with? I don't know. If I was to pick a main color, what do you guys think? Blue, brown, white. What about striped, corrugated rib? So the vertical striped rib, a hat could do that for a striped hat, couldn't I? And I could do 2 color long tail cast on, so you get a little bit of color around the very, very edge of the hat. Diane says, so roll a dice to see how many rounds of that color, and then roll the dice again to see how many rounds of the next color. Exactly. I think that I like that idea. I like that idea. I have to go pull up my Yahtzee game and find a dice, but that will be a great way to do it and just kind of mix it up. And I could just do that for all three hats and just, I don't know, start with whatever. Yeah, this is going to be a fun project. So we'll see. I mean, here I am. I know I'm getting maybe a little carried away thinking, oh, I could get three hats done this week. Maybe I better just focus on one because I also have a lot of sock knitting that I want to get done. Oh, yes. Oh darn, I didn't bring it in. Okay. Anyways, we'll have to talk about it. Maybe I'll show it to you next week. Oh, Olafson. Hello. Vertical stripes look neat. One in it in ooh, 1.5 inch wide or so. That would be, but that would be so what would you do? So to do that flat and do it as intarsia? I mean, you could do intarsia in the round. I could do it in the round. I would have to brush up on that technique. I have not done that in a while, so that would be fun to do. Ooh, I could throw slip stitches in, Nancy says. I know. It's like could do so much. You could do everything, right? You could just yeah, a lot. When you think stripes you can do a lot of variation with some stripes because you can do stripes and then if you slip stitch, you can pull one color from your row below up. So it's still basically striped, but you've got points like the mhm. That's a really fun way and it just gives it a little elevates your stripes a little bit. Dice are cool, Alyssa says. They are. You are right. Okay, so that's it. So I'm really excited about this one. I've got some 16-inch needles pulled out, ready to go. I've got tons of DPN, so finding needles isn't going to be too much of a struggle for this week's project, which is always good because, as you know, getting this time of year when I've got quite a few projects on the needles, finding some empty needles sometimes is a little bit of a challenge. So, hat knitting, I am super excited for this. I don't sure, we'll see if they maybe go in the gift box, if they get donated to charity. I may just keep one for myself. I don't know. I guess we'll see what they look like and what yeah, what just how the color combinations turn out. I really like the, um the blue and the brown. Oh, I could let's see. Didn't even read the ball bands for you. Just out of curiosity, what colors these are. Pale taupe heather is the beige or the taupe. The blue, pale country blue, which is exactly what it looks like. And Aaron is this white ball that I don't know. This looks like a tangled mess waiting to happen. I'm not sure what I was doing with that earlier. But anyways, striped hats coming up, everybody. Okay, what else did I work on? Let's look at this bag. I've got two shells in here. Last week's project. Let's grab this one out of here right first. I got to start on this one. This one here, let's take a peek at the yarn. Oh, this ball here is determined it's going to fall apart and get tangled on me as well. Trying my best not to let that happen. So we've got some Regia hand-dyed effect. Don't think there was a name on here. Probably just a number. Looks like it's 210. Anyways, what is this? It is a 70% wool, 25% polyamide, and 5% acrylic, which I think we decided that that acrylic was oh, there's like a black thread that I probably can't see it on the screen, but there's a black thread just going around the strand, the ply of yarn. So I'm thinking that is probably the acrylic. Anyways, it's really, really nice. The shades of kind of purples, mauve, pink is really, really pretty. I had a trouble finding a needle size that I really wanted for this. So I'm using a little bit bigger needle than I wanted. I really wanted a 4 millimeter, and I'm using a 4.5 millimeter. I'm going to keep going. Most definitely think this is as loose a gauge as I would want. I mean, for a shell, it's all right. It's a little bit loose and it's just a little more drapier, which is fine. But I think this is, yeah. I don't think I keep looking at it, and my gut instinct is like, oh yeah, you don't want it any looser, right? But I think I will keep going just to see. It's not bothering me that badly. So this is just my little starch that I've got to cast on 4 stitches. I did my yarn over increase here. Obviously you can see which side's the increase side. And so far so good. Super easy. These first few rows go so fast because they're so short. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't take long. And then you get to that point where all of a sudden the rows seem like they're taking forever. You kind of hit that, you pass over that dividing line. When you're starting out this way, you're just zipping back easy, easy, easy. You do a shaping row, you do an increase row, shaping row, an increase row. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I'm still on the same row. So right now I'm in the easy part where it just seems like it's flying by. And I've got all of this left, but it will not take long. And I'm hoping that this will definitely go in the gift box. I have this kind of in mind for somebody that I think would really, really enjoy the purple colors. Oh, Susie says, it'll make a beautiful lightweight shawl. You're right. And I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I'm just going to keep going. And I will show you my other shawl. This one here is so close to being finished. And it is on a 4 millimeter needle. And I briefly thought about, maybe I would just not, you know, I should wait and not really knit that one until I get this one here finished. But I can wait. I just cast on. So this is what I've got. So these guys are just living in my little Delaque wax canvas bag that I absolutely love these guys. Look how skinny, not skinny, look how tiny this ball is getting. If you saw it on Saturday, I was knitting on this on the Fiber Friends podcast, and we were talking about how it was a little bit bigger than this, and we were weighing it. And what did I say? A couple people were saying, is it 28 grams? Was it 26 grams? And I weighed it, and I think it was 21 grams. And so I have done a little bit more since then. So I've got to be down to maybe 18 grams. I keep moving my scale around, and I was going to bring it back up here so we could weigh it now, so I could hopefully make myself feel better that this is truly getting smaller and smaller. It's on the floor now, so we'll just leave it there. Anyways, it's getting there. I just keep doing a few rows, and I actually got quite a bit done on this. This is the Lichen and Lace yarn, fingering weight, and the colorway was Wildflower. So, so pretty. I love this. The base color is kind of yellowy green color. It's not really off-white. Has a bit of a yellow tinge to it, which is really, really pretty and something that's just a little bit different than what you normally see. And then just those little bits of pinks and purples and greens. It totally looks like a wildflower. So, oh, hi Sherry. I know, isn't it lovely? So this is where I moved my marker after we talked last week. And so I got quite a bit more done than I usually do, because typically what I would do on this is just do 2 rows a day, a shaping row, an increase row, over and back again, and then set it down and work on something else. But this one here, I actually sat and knit, like during Christmas movie, I would sit and I would knit on it or sit and knit for an hour and then set it down. So you can see it's got a little more width to it, a little more height, slowly but surely. But my ball's getting small. It's getting there. So what I'm going to be kind of curious about is just to kind of see overall size. This is done on a 4 millimeter, and I really like this is probably the gauge that I like best versus the purple that's done on a 4.5 and it's a little looser. So I think I'm just going to keep going with this so I can um, see the overall finished size. Like how much am I going to gain in finished size by using a little bit bigger needle and having a little bit looser tension? I'm just kind of curious to see if it will be a significant not I mean, it's not gonna give me, like, tons and tons, but is it gonna give, like a enough to, like, really make a difference? I don't know. We'll see. That's kind of I'm kinda curious. So I'm just gonna keep going and see how it all finishes out in the end and kinda compare the width of these 2 shells and the length of them and see. But this one here is even now. So when you look at it, it is it is a wearable size right now. And then you could just tuck those ends in and just wear it around your neck. I mean, it's a one skein shawl. So it's not going to be, even knitting at the size larger needles, not going to make a significant size and difference in size. But we'll wait and see. Anyways, it's lovely. Was the yarn per skein equal for 2 shawl oh, what is that, Susie? Was the yarn per skein equal for 2 shawls? Sorry, Susie, what are you asking me? Um, anyways, will the wavy texture give some interest and fill in looser gauge in the purple one? That's an interesting question. So let's look at it again. So will the wavy texture give some interest and fill in looser gauge on the purple one? It could. I mean, it does. I mean, it does have a more open kind of look to it. We'll see. I'm going to keep going and we can compare and we can all kind of decide at the end which one we like better. I think I already know which one I like better, but I'm just going to carry on because you got to start somewhere. Okay, what else? Oh my goodness, you guys, this is my sock. So, this is an old project bag that was from Caroline and Adrienne and I's, the original Fiber Friends. This was an Evertote. You can see the tag there. This was an Evertote bag from a number of years ago. Oh, Susie said, okay, yes. So, Susie, was the purple yarn and the other bright yarn, oh, the same grams? Probably close. Probably close. They're both, this one here is 100 grams. Let me see. Yeah, 100 grams, 420 meters. I don't know where the Lichen and Lace ball band has gone to, but I'm assuming, I guess I could look it up and see, but I'm assuming they're probably pretty close. Oh, Sherry says cool, it looks like pebbles. It kind of does, doesn't it? Yeah, same yardage each ball. That's what see, Sherry knew what you were talking about, Susie. Okay. Um, anyways, oh my gosh. Guys, what do I have going on down here? Oh, that's what's going on. I've got some DPNs. I'm like, what in the world? Okay, anyways, back to Christmas sock yarn. Okay, I did not get hardly any sock knitting done this weekend, but that's okay. Today's Monday, and Mondays are like you wipe the slate clean. It's a brand new week, and just carry on. So this is my vintage claws from Rose Hill Yarns. I'm still in love with this yarn. It's DK weight, 3.25 millimeter needles. Could not find my 3.25 millimeter 9-inch circular. So I'm knitting this, or at least this sock is on DPNs, which is fine because I don't mind doing that at all. So here I am. I'm ready for the heel. I like have knit right over the, I just have to turn around and start the heel. I just haven't done it yet. I think I decided that this is going to have a band heel on this sock, this pair. I'm going to do both of them the same. Um, but isn't it pretty? I really, 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 really like this a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. So I am just gonna start working on the heel. I've got to set some sock knitting time aside and just work on the heel and then just get back down to the foot and then I'll just be round and round and round knitting. I have decided that I am not going to use my minis. I'm going to save these. I have a secret project in mind that I think I'm going to do with these. So I'm not going to use these. This is for something totally different. Um, this guy. Okay, this brings us to the Hamilton Fiber Forge show. That was yesterday. It was on Sunday in Hamilton. It was their Christmas market edition. The Hamilton Fiber Forge is a fiber show that in the past number of years has always happens in March. But this year they added in a November show, kind of gearing up for Christmas and holiday shopping. So the weather was great. We took a drive to Hamilton. Cheryl was vending there with her bags, and there was a great, great turnout. It was full. It's a smaller show, which is nice, and but the room was full, which was great to see. So this was my very, very first purchase because you guys, this is a little bit of a reason why I didn't get a lot done on my sock this weekend because I was spinning. I was spinning. And it is this is the I needed one of these tools for my spinning wheel. Anyways, I've been spending a little bit of time practicing my spinning. I'm struggling a little bit with the wheel. Drop spindle I can do not too bad, but the wheel is a whole different story for me. So I am just spending a lot of time every day just practicing, practicing, practicing. And I needed one of these guys. So I grabbed this from, there's a lovely lady who has refurbished wheels at most of our local shows, and she was there. So I was really happy to see her and to grab what I needed. Um, what else? I did grab this little bag. I know it was a holiday market, Christmas market, but some vendors still had a few things from Halloween, which is super, super cute. Oh, Nancy's asking, what is this? So this is a hook. You put this in, basically it's to thread your wheel. So this goes in through the it's a, what is it? An orifice hook is what it is called. And you pull your fleece back through. Um, I have to, I think of it like threading the spinning wheel. And then you, so when your fiber breaks, so as you're drafting, if your fleece breaks and the end goes through and onto the bobbin of the wheel, and you've got your your like your the fleece that you're spinning, you've got to get that end that's on the bobbin and it has to come back through. I don't know the names of all the parts, like off the bobbin through the whirl, and you just can't do that. You need a hook. And the spinning wheel that I'm using is an older traditional Ashford, and it apparently has a much longer distance to go. A couple of the ladies I was spinning with on the weekend, they have newer wheels, and they some of them, a couple of them were using e-spinners, and their hooks, instead of the wire part being this long, theirs was probably only this long. It was super, super short. They just had a short distance, and with mine, I need this long one. So, anyway, this is going to make my life so much easier because You know, like when you started knitting, you get better when you make mistakes, right? And so I am in the make a lot of mistakes and just practice, practice, practice mode with the wheel, but I'm really, really liking it. What else did I get? So I got this little cute little Halloween bag because I couldn't resist. This Halloween, I was trying to find anything that had black cats on it. And I didn't find very much. So when I saw this, I just grabbed it and I'm like, well, maybe I'll use it for a little bit because it is cute, but I'll stick it away and pull it out again next October. So I did get a couple of these needle protectors. Cheryl actually had these. She ran over and got them. And you know what? I can't remember. Oh, yes, I can. Muster Pattern by Hand. So this is, let me pull this off. This was the one thing that I really like about the Hamilton show is they have different and newer vendors than what we typically see at the other larger shows in the area. So Muster Pattern, she had some really, really cute things. She had stitch markers, progress keepers, she had the needle stoppers or needle point protectors, and some wooden items. There was maybe gauge, rulers, that kind of thing. She had some really super cool earrings. I I really, really wanted to buy, but I did not. They were flowers and they were sparkly and they were fun looking. And I'm like, oh, maybe now I'm thinking maybe I should have got them, but I didn't. I have to keep an eye out for her again. Anyways, I thought these would be really cute just to add into my bag with my Christmas sock project. I have a pair of these that I was using in October, and they were jack-o'-lanterns with, black cats. They were really, really cute for Halloween. So now I thought I just needed a Christmas pair, and they were just really, really sweet, so I grabbed them. This girl was really nice if you want to check her out online, Muster Pattern. She was, yeah, she was really sweet. So that was the first time I'd seen her there. There was Fiber by Val. That was a new hand dyer that I had not seen before. Oh, sure. Now okay, there was a couple more. If I think of them, their names are on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, but it was fun. It's nice to see. It's great to see some of the vendors that you always see because then you can, like the spinning wheel lady. It's nice to be able to kind of count on them being there. And then if you're looking for something specific, you can get it. But it's also nice to see some different people and see what different people are dying and all of the little things. Oh, I've got this here, Muster Patterns. So there, she had some of the leather tags for hats as well. And there's the wooden, yeah, and the little bags. So, anyways, yeah, it was that she had a really fun booth. What else? There was, oh, support Canadian wool. There were two farms there. There was Twin Oak Farms and Lickety Split Alpacas were there. And they both had just some really nice wool that was natural colored. It wasn't dyed. So there was whites. Well, basically what's kind of there. There was whites and there was some gray, alpaca and wool. I think there was some Romney wool there. There was yarn. There was fleece. I really thought about buying some more fleece, but I did not because I got distracted by some sock yarn. My plan was just to go and buy 1 skein of sock yarn, and I didn't do too bad because I only came home with 2, so that's not too bad. So let's see. This was the first one I saw. This one, I wish you could feel this. It, oh, okay, you know what, Susie. Okay, let's go back to the orifice hook for a second. So Susie says, if you lose the orifice hook, a paper clip or bobby pin can be used. I didn't try a bobby pin. I tried, um, a paper clip, but I couldn't get the hook small enough, and it just it wouldn't work. I got it to work once or twice. I tried a really small crochet hook, but it wasn't flexible enough to be able to scoop the yarn. So that's why, I mean, this was all of $10. And I'm like, I need this because this is going to change my spinning life forever. Um, but you're right. I know, I don't know. I just couldn't get a bobby pin or paper clip. I just couldn't get it shaped quite the right way. So let me tell you, I'm going to hold on to this for dear life. It has a hole in there. I'm going to put a little loopy of yarn on there and just, um, you know, hook it over the spinning wheel. So it's just going to be there and not lose it. Anyway, so this back to this yarn. Okay, so this came from Twin Oaks Farms. Laura, I'm not sure if it was Laura we were talking to. I'm guessing it probably was. She was really, really nice. And I like this a lot that it's just the simple little things that this yarn tells you the sheep that made this yarn. So, Alice and Friends. So this looks like Alice, and then there must have been maybe just odd bits left over from other sheep. So, anyways, it is 70% wool, 30% mohair. It's a 3-ply sock yarn, 400 yards, 100 grams. So, I am super excited. Has anybody knit socks where they have used mohair instead of nylon? I'm pretty sure I have not. I have looked at other yarns that had mohair, and I know everybody that I've talked to says mohair is stronger than nylon, but I just couldn't bring myself to try it, right? Sometimes, when you kind of get, nylon, superwash wool or regular wool, not untreated wool with nylon, it's going to wear well. And sometimes you just don't want to give up what you know for certain to try something new. Well, I was in an adventurous mood yesterday, and I thought, this is it. I am going to take this and I am going to try it. The lady, whether it was Laura, she was wearing a pair of hand knit socks, and she said this is called their homegrown sock yarn, the mohair and the mohair and the wool. Anyway, she said the socks that she was wearing that she had like they've been on I don't what I forget what she said. Anyway, she said yes, she'd like worn them for years and no sign of any holes. They were like wearing super, super well. So I thought, well, the only way you know for sure is to try it yourself. So I've got this. And you can feel it's maybe a little more pickier. It's not super, super soft, but it's not super itchy either. Has more of a rustic feel to it for sure. But I'm really, really excited. And I guess, and you can probably tell it's white. So I'm going to dye this. I'm going to dye it as a tonal. I'm going to divide the yarn. So I'm just gonna weigh it out and divide it into two skeins and then dye them together. Tonal. I don't know. I'm not sure even what colors I have left for dye. I need to restock my dye colors. So whatever I've got downstairs, I'm kind of thinking maybe blues, maybe greens, maybe browns. I don't know. Maybe blue. I'm gonna see what I've got for blues. But I am really, really, really excited. Oh, Jude, yes, we were talking about florist wire too, but and you know what? I have some of that here and I have jewelry making wire as well. But I just I'm not sure exactly where it is. It is in a box somewhere with my, bead stash. So anyways, but you're right. Those are all excellent choices. So um they will if I misplace this hook, you're right. I will try to see. Oh, do also picture hanging wire. I think that's it. I just need to find that right gauge, something that's not too stiff. The paper clip seemed too heavy, but something a little lighter. So thank you for all of the suggestions. That's great. I will, when I come across that, I will definitely throw some in with the spinning in my spinning cupboard. So if I need it, I'll have it. Oh, Susie, will the mohair dye like wool? Yes, it will. Yes, it's still an animal fiber, so you just treat it just like you would wool. Yeah, so it should dye perfect. We're really excited. So this is coming up in the next couple of weekends. I want to cast these on soon-ish, maybe in December. I don't know. Christmas. We'll see how my Christmas yarn knitting goes. But yeah, I definitely want it. These are not going to sit in my stash forever and ever. They're going to get cast on relatively soon. So I this as soon as I saw this as I was walking around, I thought, okay, this one I'm coming back for. And as we were walking up and down going through the aisles, I saw this one and I'm like, I need to have this. And I was kind of looking for Christmas sock yarn, but I thought, you know what, if I don't find more Christmas sock yarn, I don't really need more Christmas sock yarn. But this one here is Christmassy. So it is this might be showing up a little bit more bluish than it is. I think it is, it's more of a kind of a dark, well, it's maybe fairly close. Does have a bluish tinge, but there's also some green and some shades of red. And so this skein came from, what is it? Orange Octopus. And there is her card. So she has been um, around. I'm not sure if I've ever bought yarn from her before, but I've definitely looked at her yarn at other shows. And she had her whole entire booth was just sock yarn. And the reason I went back to find this yarn was I had actually missed her the first time around because she was right across the aisle from the spinning wheel lady. And I think I was just too focused on spinning wheels and the excitement of spinning that I didn't look across the aisle and totally missed this. But when we went back to see Cheryl, Cheryl's mom was helping Cheryl in the booth, and Robin had been out and bought a skein of DK sock yarn from Orange Octopus. So, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where is this? Because I hadn't seen any DK sock yarn. So this is DK sock yarn. And so all of the Orange Octopus, their whole booth was only sock yarn, which was very exciting because I found a couple of the booths I went in, and that's what I was looking for. Honestly didn't even look at the other like worsted weight and DK weights because I wasn't looking for sweater quantity, and I certainly didn't need any single skeins for hats or mitts or cowls because I really need to work through my stash. So I'm just kind of focusing on some really fun sock yarn. And some booths just had a very small selection of sock yarn, very, very pretty, mind you. But, this one here was the one that just grabbed my attention because it was Christmas. It is DK. I am loving DK sock knitting right now, you guys. And the name just kinda clinched it. The name of this is Gnome in a Blender. It is so the yarn base is their Deep Sea DK. It's a 75/25 superwash merino and nylon, approximately 283 meters. So that is pretty good for DK sock yarn because I think my vintage claws maybe only has 245 in it. But anyway, so there'll be lots in here. There'll be a little bit left over. I can definitely do socks and toes in this, and it'll be fine. Oh, you said it looks like thick DK. Well, it definitely is a DK. I find, like with most yarns, there's some variation between what DK weight sock yarn, kind of like Croy and like a fingering weight, right? The Croy is heavier. So, but this one here looks nice. It definitely looks like a DK. I had another one that I bought. I don't think I've knit it yet. And it looks like a really light DK. So, there's always a little bit. Do a gauge swatch, everybody. Not well, maybe not for socks, but I'm going to do these a 3.25 millimeter with the DK sock yarn seems to work well for me. Alyssa, that drives me crazy. Yes, having that variation, I know. Sometimes I think that I'm like, okay, why can't there be everything be standardized? DK, worsted, it's always exactly the same. But then sometimes you want something that's a little heavier, a little lighter. So I guess we just need to be careful, do a gauge swatch, and see what yeah, to see how it knits up. It is really pretty, so I'm excited to cast this on. I don't know, I'm gonna have to, like, find a whole lot more sock knitting time to knit all the Christmas sock yarn that I have, because when I was looking through my stash to find this yarn for the hat for today, I found 2 more balls of Christmas sock yarn in my stash that I must have bought last year. So we'll see. Maybe I will. They're not DK though, so there. It's gonna feel like going back to regular sock yarn. It's gonna feel like it's gonna take forever to finish a pair. Okay, what else? I'm just gonna take a peek. Oh, you can tie-dye cotton yarn. Yes, you can, Alyssa. You are right. Yes, picture. Okay, um. Oh, Diane's off to teach. She's probably long gone. Diane, have a good class. Okay. I'm just gonna go back through the see here. Nikki says, both of my wheels, the orifice size and the depth is large enough, but not too deep that I can just use my pinky finger. Really? Oh my gosh. That is lucky. Yeah, mine. Yeah, I think mine is small. Like there's no way I could put my finger in there either. And oh, Nikki says my shawl will be done by the end of the week. Quite possibly. Maybe, maybe. Let's hope. Let's hope. Um, oh, well, let's say your parents are already asking about Christmas. I know. Well, you know what? Well, today is Remembrance Day. So it is. And I think it is also in the US, right? I want to say Memorial Day, but that's not right, is it? Um, but it is your Remembrance Day as well for. Yeah, so after today, taking, the day to remember, um, then it will be full on Christmas for us here. I know everybody in the US, you still have your Thanksgiving coming up, which must be next week, right? Next Thursday. And Veterans Day, that's it, right? Memorial Day is in the summer for you guys, isn't it? Um, anyways, Veterans Day. So Veterans Day and Remembrance Day for the US and Canada, remembering the soldiers that have fought for our countries, and my son-in-law is a veteran. And yeah, so after today, then everybody will be full on holiday mode. And November 28th is Thanksgiving. It's always the third Thursday, isn't it? So I guess that's maybe 2 weeks away for you yet. So that's nice. You've got two holidays waiting. That's exciting. You still have your Thanksgiving, which is always wonderful. I mean, who doesn't like the thought of pumpkin pie and turkey and all the things, right? Okay, is there anything else? I think that might be it. My purchases. So just 2 skeins of sock yarn, because I am trying to be really careful what I'm buying and only buying for like really projects, which is something that I have never done before. Next year, I'm really going to knit from stash. I'm kind of formulating a bit of a plan and thinking out a bit of my projects beforehand and seeing what I can work through for stash. So right now, I'm just trying to get a few more finishes done, but I cannot wait to cast this on. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't wait. I just want to see how those colors are going to knit up. And I like how it's dark. I was shopping with Trish, and she said it really reminded her of like vintage Christmas colors. Isn't it just so pretty? It's almost like little bits of gold in there, in that green and white. Kinda, sorta. Different shades. There's a couple flecks of gold. Anyways, so, so pretty. This, yeah, I may have to look at the orange octopus yarn again at, well, the next show that will come around for us, we'll be right back in Hamilton again in March. So, have to see what vendors are there. So, oh my gosh, I wish I could remember. Siren Textiles. See, they just randomly come to me. She was a new vendor there, and she had some finished made to wear like shawls and things that she was selling as well. There with the Val Fibers by Val. I remember looking there. She was there. Tully Yarns was there, and they're not completely new. They have been at a couple of other shows, but I don't think I'd actually looked at their yarn until yesterday, and it was really gorgeous. She had some really nice kits made up, and she had some little like I'm not sure actually if they were knitted or crochet, but different animals. She had kits made up for a fox, and but they looked like very small. I guess a fox, a rabbit, and they would look very really, really cute if that was your kind of thing. And for the Fiber Friends, anybody who's doing the gift knitting slash emotional support chicken challenge this month, there was 3 different booths that had emotional support chickens made up and had kits ready to go for people that were looking for that for holiday gift giving. Because that would really actually make a great gift for a knitter just to give them a kit in colors, like their favorite colors. That would be very fun. So there was three booths, so I saw 3 different chickens, so I was taking pictures of any emotional support chicken that I found, so I'm gonna post those, and Saturday, when Cheryl and I chat about it, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that and, some of the names they had for the kits, because the naming of things is always really fun. What else? Yeah, the show was really good. I haven't talked to Cheryl to see how many bags she came home with. I know her newer bags that she had made, partway through the day, went back and she only had 1 left. She had sold out of all of them except for 1. So that was, pretty good. I'm sure she'd be really super happy about that. Oh, Cindy, your brother was in the Navy. Oh, but is gone now. Alyssa, it's the Alive People holiday in at least 2 weeks for Thanksgiving. Uni students hate it for finals. Oh, yes. Yes, when you've got finals and the holidays kind of all fall together, makes it hard to enjoy both. Well, can you enjoy finals? Make it hard to focus on finals and enjoy the holidays, right? Oh, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. West Yorkshire Yarns Color Lab DK was quite nice. I think it's a little woolly, but nice. Okay, Color Lab yarns. I've seen Color Lab yarns, but I didn't know there was DK. I'll have to look into that because yeah, I'm always on the lookout for DK sock yarn because not everybody has it. And sometimes at the shows, if it's a shop, they don't bring obviously, they can't bring everything to a show. So sometimes if I ask, they'll say, "Oh, we have it at the shop, but we didn't bring it." So, yeah, sometimes you gotta do a little looking to find it. So when I find it, I like to grab it. All right. Well, everybody, okay, let's talk quickly. Yes, the Christmas sock knit along. So it is going strong. We've got, I know Jen has a finished pair. I saw Allison at the show yesterday, and I know she's knitting a DK pair as well. I think her yarn also came from the Thoughtful Artisan because that's where my vintage claws came from. She has a sock finished. I know seeing some pictures that people are posting on Instagram and tagging me in that some people are knitting 2 at a time and are down to the heels. Some people have got 1 sock done. Other people are working on sock 1 and are at the heel. So everybody is making good progress, and the colors and the yarn that you're using is just so fun to see. So if you are taking part in this year's holiday sock knit along, we're going right through till November 30th, so there is still time if you want to cast on a pair. They have to be an adult pair. You can make the leg as long as you want. Um, and finish them up, knit and get them done, post them in the Ravelry thread in under Wildflower Wool, and that is where we were going to draw one winner. I've got a skein of gorgeous sock yarn that I will send out to just one lucky winner. And okay, Nancy, it's not superwash. No, that's right. All West Yorkshire Spinners is not superwash, is it? So that, and and I kind of like that. I find myself kind of getting on the all natural. I mean, I've always been, I'm not a super big fan of superwash yarn for like sweaters and hats and things. I do like it for socks because then you can just throw them in the washing machine. But I mean this one here, this here is not superwash. So I have to be really, really careful that I remember that. Um and hand wash them because I do not want to shrink those. Oh, Susie, you're at the heel turn on your second Christmas sock. That's so fun. Liz says, "One more row on the cuff of your second sock." That's fantastic. I saw you were having some extra special help from your kitty while you were knitting your socks. That was so fun. Sam, I read, yes, I haven't talked about the card exchange. Yes, so some people have got, I've sent the card list out to some people. I'm gonna do some more of you guys tonight after we're done chatting. So by tonight, everybody should have it. And then we can start sending out Christmas cards for the fiber friends. That's always a fun thing. We always is a fun time this time of year getting cards. So yeah, everybody will get their list tonight. Um, what else? Oh, Susie, yes. Oh, yes. That's okay. Second sock, Susie. So you guys that are finishing up your first pair, are you going to cast on and do a second pair for the second half of the month? I am going to try. I've got one sock, that a Christmas sock that I started last year, so I'm going to try to get that pair finished, and then this new one that I bought, I'm going to cast that on too because I really want to see that knit up. So, anyways, yeah, it's going to be a fun knitting week this week. I have got grand plans for Christmas sock yarn. I've been watching Christmas movies and I've been knitting. It has been a lot of fun. And see what I work on. I would love to get that shawl, the lichen and lace yarn shawl, the wildflower shawl. I would love to get that finished and get some more work done on the new purple one because the purple one's going to go into the Christmas gift box. So I have to work on that one. But garter stitch, super easy pattern. It's a good gift knitting project for me to work on because I can work on it later at night and hopefully not mess it up. I can watch it while we're doing online knit night. Can watch it while you're binge watching something. It's pretty good. Yes. Oh, Canada Post is thinking about going on strike. Yes, I saw that. Yeah, they typically do that, every few years around Christmas because that's, when that would be the worst time for them to strike. So yes. Anyways, if they strike, they strike. Um, so maybe mail your Christmas cards out. Yep, in the next couple of days, or wait, and we'll see. Right? The cards will arrive when they arrive, and it'll be wonderful to get them whenever we get them. Right? Jen, you're working on your second pair. Okay, have you posted a picture of them yet? I'll have to go look and see if you have. Are they a color work as well, or are you just doing a vanilla pair with this like super pretty yarn? Oh, yes. Anyways, all right, you guys, we are at 9 o'clock. It is time for me to go do a little bit of knitting. And oh, have not. Yes, color work. Oh, color work with trees. Okay, well, when you have a second and you feel like you want to post a picture, I would love to see them. I am going to go work. I really want to work on this heel of my sock tonight. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to definitely find some 16-inch needles and cast on because I'm thinking these color not color work but striped hats are just going to be a fun project. Maybe this will be kind of my do a little bit of sock knitting and then pick up a hat and just do some stripes. Again, kind of a mindless project, and hats are not going to take very, very long to knit. So we'll see. Come back next Monday and we'll see. You know, because see, the options of what you see with this hat knitting project this week are like so many things. Will I have one done? Will I not have one done? Could I have 3? Could I have 2? Who knows? Who knows? So stay on the edge of your seat until Monday night. Come back again, and we will see how many hats I managed to knit this week. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for voting. It's always a great way to start off a Monday with the voting and just seeing what everybody is kind of which way you guys are feeling, what this week's project should be. And it's yeah, just a great way, fun way to kick off the week and then get to chat with you all tonight is super fun. So have a great knitting week. Happy Christmas sock, holiday sock knitting. Post your pictures and tag me because I want to see your progress. And we will see you again next Monday. Have a super fun week, everybody, and see you next week. Bye.